In section 12, we'll learn how to use the SmartList table type to create a new SmartList with the same fields as one of the default SmartLists. The SmartList table type refers to adding the existing Microsoft Dynamics GP SmartList. When a SmartList table is selected, all the fields from that SmartList will be added into SmartList Builder. You can add SmartLists from Dynamics GP, Field Service, Project Accounting, Fixed Assets, Manufacturing, Human Resources, and Analytical Accounting. Adding the SmartList table type allows you to create a new SmartList that pulls in all the data from the default, but then you can add additional data to it and format it to fit your needs. SmartList table type was added in the E1 SmartList Builder release on 2013. So instead of modifying the default SmartList, let's create a new one that uses the setup of one of those defaults. So instead of modifying the account transaction list that's there in SmartList by default, what if we want to create a new one because we don't want to affect what other people have done? We'd like to create a second one and add what we need to it. We can do that in SmartList Builder. We'll click New here to get a new list. We're just going to give it an ID of ACCT_TRX just to give it a unique ID. And we'll call it account transactions, but we'll put SLB on the end of it just to give it a different name. If we name it the same exact thing, we don't know which list is which, so we want to make sure we call it something different. And we'll put that in the financial series. Okay, now so that we can start with that default list, we want to add a table, but we're going to pick the SmartList table type. Here I see all of the default lists that I can add, and we're going to pick account transactions and save that. What it does is it goes and gets the setup of that default account transactions and brings it into SmartList Builder. It even has the same default columns marked. If we sort by that default status, it's the same columns marked for us. So we're going to have that same data pulling in that the default one has, and now we can do what we need to with this list. So maybe we want to put a couple of extra fields on there. We can add a restriction in here. Maybe we want to say where the credit amount is greater than 10,000. And we can save that. We can say okay. So now we've done some different things to our SmartList Builder setup, but it's a new one that's going to look like the data from the account transactions. Now the other thing that goes along with this is there are go-tos. Remember we did built-in ones earlier in the training. They are not put on there by default, but you can come in and add all of those different go-tos that are on the default one. So I can add the view. I can come in and add the summary inquiry if I want to. And I won't add all of them, but you get the point of we can come in and make it look just like that default one, but add on the stuff that we need. I didn't have to know that there is 5 or 6 different tables pulling into that account transactions and how they're linked. It automatically pulled that in, and now I can add what I need to that list. So when I save this, we get one called Account Transactions SmartList Builder. Looks about the same, other than we do have a few extra columns added. We did put a restriction on our credit amount so that that's there by default. And now we have a few of the go-tos, just not all of them because we didn't add all of them. So use those SmartList table types as a great starting point if you're looking at the default list and going, I wish it had this, I wish it did this. Let's start with the default one, add it to a new list, and make it do that for you. Don't start with all the tables and try and figure out how they're linked together. It's already pre-built for you, and use that. Please complete exercise 16 at this time. When you are done, continue with section 13. If you would like to see exercise 16 completed by me, please play the section 12 exercise review.